Hello and welcome to First Coast Living. I'm Jordan Wilkerson. You know, it's something we've seen a lot lately, ways to help those in need. It could be following a hurricane, earthquake, war, anything really, but is your money being put to good use? Mike is with the local president of the Better Business Bureau to get some answers.
When natural disasters strike, a lot of folks look for ways to help, right? But it's important to make sure your donations go to legitimate organizations. So let's welcome Tom Stevens, the president of the Better Business Bureau of Northeast Florida and the Southeast Atlantic region. Welcome to First Coast Living.
Glad to be here.
Yes, great to see you, but we're seeing these images of devastation, of course, from Hurricane Ian and Fiona as well. And a lot of folks really want to help, but yes, there's certain folks that make that harder on us, the good folks trying to make a difference. So that's where you come in. Help us know where our money's going. We want to make sure that money's going to the right place.
Correct.
Where do we start with that?
Well, clarity, number one.
Yes.
What are they going to do with the money? They should be able to tell you what exactly are they going to do with the funds that you give them. Are they going to provide relief here or relief there? Do they have the boots on the ground necessary to do that now? Do they have the expertise? Do they have a history of having that expertise to get the job done? So those are the three main things. How they're going to use the money, do they have experience to do it, and do they have people there already to do it? That's the main things.
Okay, the big three. And then as far as giving cash versus actual goods?
Cash, definitely. You don't know, sitting here, we don't know what they need there. But the people there know what they need. So it's better to give them cash. That gives them the flexibility to buy the things they need.
Okay, interesting. And there's also something called crowdfunding sites. I have questions on those. So where do we begin with that?
Well, I'm not going to say anything against crowdfunding, but you have to realize that sometimes it's not vetted as well as it could be. And sometimes organizations that set themselves up as charities aren't charities, they're not 501c3s. So that means that anything you give to them is not technically tax deductible, legally tax deductible. Nothing wrong with crowdfunding, you just may have to be a little bit more, do a little bit more research as to who you give your money to.
Okay, so yeah, that research is important. And what about these emails? We get hundreds of them. You say, oh, this email looks interesting. What should we know about receiving emails about folks that need help?
I would never respond to an email or a phone call about folks that needing help. If you get a phone call, number one, you should ask them, number one, don't ever give money on the phone.
Got it.
Okay? You're just giving your credit card to a complete stranger.
Okay.
And you don't know what's going to happen from there. Ask them to send you their annual report. Every legitimate charity, every 990 produce, or every 501c3, I'm sorry, produces an annual report, and they'll have it available. The good ones have it online, so they will send you a link, and that will let you know what they did last year. And if they did the good stuff last year, then you can be pretty well assured they're going to be the good stuff this year. The fraudulent guys are not going to have a report.
Okay.
So if you ask for it and they hang up, you know that they were fraud.
That's good to know. Okay, so there's also, you were talking about websites, the legitimate ones. You've got, of course, the bbb.org.
Right.
But there's another website that can help us.
One of them is called give.org, and that's affiliated with the BBB, and it basically gives a rating of national charities, tell you whether or not they meet our standards. And those standards basically measure their finances, how much of the money they raise actually goes to what they say it's going to go to, and how their governance works. Are they properly governed? That's a big thing with charities, because you're giving money to somebody who's going to spend it and do something else, and so you need to know that it's properly governed.
If you're spending your hard-earned money, you want to make sure it's going to the right place, and if you just do a little extra research, it's not a lot. It's easy to find.
Right, and they're not the only. Give.org is not the only one. There's one called Charity Navigator, and there's a couple others. So in any respect, before you give money to somebody that you don't know about. Now, Red Cross, Red's a Red Cross. You know what Samaritan's Purse, that sort of thing. You've heard of those, but if it's somebody you have not heard of, you want to do your homework ahead of time before you give them the money.
Very good. Well, thank you so much, Tom,
for
being with us. Very helpful information. And as we look at this, make sure you check out our website for more on this to help others, and that's firstcoastliving.net.